Welcome to Ethan Hahn Plus, the podcast where dreams take center stage. On this show, we're all about spotlighting the incredible talents and passions of everyday people. Whether you're an aspiring artist, a person of faith, or simply someone with a story to tell, this podcast is your platform. So sit back, relax, and get ready to meet some extraordinary individuals. Because here at Ethan Hahn Plus, everyone has a chance to shine. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Ethan Hahn Plus. We're in the mid-70s, everybody. We have hit the mid-70s portion of this show. The show's getting frail. The show's getting old. Is something new coming around the corner? I don't know. Ethan, no, I want Ethan Hahn Plus to stay around. I know Ethan wants to stay around. I'm hearing you guys, but I think a change is needed. So come on now, come on. Anyway, mid-70s. How fun. We're in the 70 range. I've said that about 10 times already, and you guys have already tuned out, so that's exciting. We have a special episode, everybody. This is the podcast where you come to listen about Ethan's opinions. Not only Ethan's opinions, other people's opinions that you don't know as opinions. Because we're here to share opinions and be open-minded. If you're listening and you're a closed-minded person, turn it off. Because we're here to expand your mind about faith, about space, about taste. Ooh. Because we also talk about food on this podcast. What's your favorite pizza topping? Leave a comment down below. No one's ever going to do it. I say it every episode. 0 comments. For all of you listening, leave a comment down below something. It's kind of low-key. It hurts. I put a lot of work into this and 0 engagement. Kind of crazy. Anyway, we got a great episode. He's going to start crying, everyone. Wow. We have a great episode here. A 4th time coming back. And this house, again, mid-70s, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Bro. Yeah, no, this is where we cut it.
Welcome back to the show.
That's crazy.
Angela Abad. Angela Tay Abad.
You know, impulsive lying is a symptom of narcissistic personality.
Impulsive lying.
Yeah,
there's not one lie. We're of like 75, 76, 78
Scraping
episodes
the barrel is crazy.
And we are...
You are in your 70s.
Who? I'm not in my 70s.
Look at the gray.
That's crazy. This is more than just age. It's wisdom. As everyone. Gray hair is wisdom. Gray hair is wisdom.
You're stressing too much. Breathe.
I'm stressed because we work together. This happened. Again, scraping bottom barrel. We're coworkers now. We see each other every day now.
I have to see his face.
And I'm like,
I
need a podcast guest. And then I see Jella.
You're so rude.
If I have to.
This is Ethan. Ready?
Oh, audio listeners, here we go. Sorry. I work hard. I work hard at my job. At our job she came back too. Her and Cisco are back at our job because they saw that I came back.
All right.
And they were like, oh, it's a fun place again.
All right, bruh.
Cool. But welcome back to the show.
Thanks, IG.
You are making that jacket is creating
actually?
an amount of noise that's unreal
where?
for edit. Oh no, well now it's quiet. You were just on the headphones. Great.
So I know what not to do. Wait, why is that?
There we go. She's wearing a puffer jacket, everyone. For those of you.
Wait, why is it?
Do I need to fix the camera? Hang on, we're gonna do this live.
Wait, what is that actually?
What's what?
What is that?
What do you mean? What's what?
It's not me. Oh, it is me.
That's your
It
jacket,
is my
Jella.
jacket. How'd you know that?
Because you can hear it.
Wait.
Whenever you move, it's your jacket.
Wait, what do I do? Okay.
Take the jacket off.
Is that good?
It's okay. It's not that big a deal. I was just bringing it up.
Wait, is it good now?
Well, we still hear it, but it's okay. What? Hey, all of you at home, do you hear the jacket?
Shut up.
I know, right? I know. Stupid. Welcome back. How does it feel to be back on this prestigious show for the 4th time?
Is this the 4th time? I'm not
This is your
counting.
4th time.
Every time I'm here, it's like I'm doing it for the first time. Like I'm watching you with your intro, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Ew.
I tried
Ew.
so hard to be quiet, and I did really well this time.
No,
Usually I
no.
interrupt you
The
like
snickering
3
is fun. I
seconds.
mean,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first time you
yeah,
were
yeah.
on, you were
Oh
already
yeah,
interrupting, and
yeah,
you were
yeah,
real
yeah.
comfortable. I was like, oh, you're not showing any respect to the show
Yeah,
at
look how
all.
far we've come.
Look how far we've come.
Look how far I've come. Character development.
Oh, wow.
I have
Okay.
respect
Yes. Well,
enough.
Jella's here because hey, it's a faith episode. We're gonna. It's a faith episode. Oh, all the non-Christians just tuned out. Or hey, if you're non-Christian, hey, if you're curious, come on, listen. Up.
Stay behind.
Stay behind. Let us hypnotize you.
No, bro, that's so bad.
We're human like you
No,
guys.
no,
I'm
for
just
real.
showing them we're cool. We're cool. We're the
Okay.
cool Christians. All right. Well, we're here again to just kind of break some stuff down. I don't know how to segue, but you know,
okay.
Jella is a ball of holy spiritual energy, and we're here to spread that.
Yep.
We're here to spread that.
Throw all the fireballs at you.
I was just at JC's service this past Sunday, and I was like, maybe this will be fun to talk about on a podcast. Is her pastor touched on, and why it kind of resonated with me is because I feel like I was kind of preaching it to JC and a few other of our other friends. Is he was talking about God is for us, along the lines of this sounds. I tell a lot of people this sounds ridiculous, but I think it's literally the point being made is like I feel like we stress about so many things in this world as humans, like little things, but God split the sea one time, but he multiplied bread, but he turned water into wine. He literally helped a blind guy becomes like, you know, he can see again. He performed miracle after miracle, yet we worry about a lot of human things, which rightfully so. I mean, not to say
Yeah.
we're invalid for stressing about those things, but I think there's a good message in that, as in like, tell yourself in those moments, well, I'm good. Like I have a relationship with, even if you don't have a relationship with God, he has your back. It's just a matter of, you know, acknowledging that he's there and being like, well, hang on. Thanks for that, bud. Yeah.
Jesus is
Thanks
bud
for
now.
that. Yeah, bud.
Thanks, bud.
He'd be fine with
Thanks
that.
for dying
I'm curious,
for
does
me,
anything
bud.
along that resonate with you?
Oh yeah, 1000%.
Yeah.
You know, the first thing that came to mind though when you were saying all that is like the people who don't actually like deal with all that. Like they just like go through their lives without worrying. Like not that they completely don't worry, but they don't take like the happenings of life as seriously as like a lot of people do. And in that,
What type of people are these again? Like
and
who are these
no,
people?
they just like are genuinely like peaceful individuals.
Are you saying these are the people that like
like
figured it out? Like, no, God does have my back?
no,
There
it's
we go.
just I guess, but also like in their personality as well. Like like I don't know. I feel like the best example that I can think of like at the top of my head is like Franz. Like bro, like he's like you're fine. Like it's fine. Like don't worry about it.
Franz,
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, just yeah.
No,
Franz. For those of
yeah.
you who know Franz. True though.
Yeah.
Like he does
Yeah.
have this
and
mentality.
I'm jealous of those people. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you?
Like you should be stressed out right now,
No,
but like
seriously.
why? Like that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like those are his words.
You're fine. Like, and it'll all work out. No, seriously.
Yeah, it's like, and that's it. That is how he is.
Yeah.
Because when we are in life group, and it's not a bad thing by any
Yeah.
means. I agree. I
he
commend
doesn't,
him
he
for
doesn't
it.
feed like a second of it at all.
Yeah.
Like immediately, it's just like it's gonna be fine. I'm like, bro, like how
Like, how are you so positive right now?
exactly? Like, how are you? I don't know. I guess it's just like a combination of like so many different factors. But yeah, that was the first thing that I thought of. And I'm like, dang, I'm jealous of you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess I'm jealous of Franz.
yeah. You hear that, Franz?
He definitely made it all the way through to this point, and now he's like, yeah, I got mentioned.
You think
Now I
he's
can leave.
you think he's watched
I'm
this?
dipping now.
Yeah, yeah. You shout out to Franz. He was on the Man podcast. Yeah, so go ahead and check him out there.
Oh yeah, he was.
He
I
was-
didn't watch that one. I'm
he's-
sorry.
She didn't. Wow, shame on you.
It's
Shame
just
on
too
you.
much testosterone, bro.
It's fun. It's
It's
fun
too
time.
much testosterone.
Just testosterone.
You know what?
Um,
Car Colossians.
Car Colossians. Yeah, but no, you make a good point. Like again, he's a great example of
Yeah.
yeah, life is, and you know what? It's one of those things where I feel like maybe we should just like have that mentality
No,
about life.
no, literally, it's actually
We're
that
good.
simple. It's actually that simple.
Like we're good. Like
It's
we're
that
actually
simple, yeah.
good, which is like the craziest thing.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's a great comparison to make. It's like, again, he could perform so many miracles before. Why not now? that kind of opens up another door where I question this to JC, because again, I'm newer in my faith than you and her. You guys have been in it, most of your entire lives. But for me, it's like a question always pops in my head is like, why don't miracles? I'm curious to your answer. Why don't miracles to that scale happen today like they did before? You think, or are they, and we're just not seeing it? What do you think? Like splitting the sea, that's crazy. Because I feel like a lot of non-believers or people who are skeptical about the Bible, they have that. I think it's a valid argument, because that's how I felt. Is like, well, if this all happened, why is none of this happening now to help us out?
Yeah.
Like, why can't someone split the sea to help me get to?
Well, I personally can't say that I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
But there have been a lot of instances in my life where I can compare it to the effect that instance of the sea splitting, the shock factor, and like the pure and raw like amusement. I have experienced that in my personal life like multiple times, and it's like like I just don't agree when it comes to like comparing back then to now. It's so different. Like if you understand the context of back then, like they didn't, when these things were happening, like God was speaking directly to people, like to Moses and to like all these like apostles and whatever, right? Like Jesus wasn't on earth at this time, so like that was literally his only way of like communicating with them, through like the flood for Noah's Ark, through like these signs, like through like communicating through like animals, or like just like the world of like his creation, right? And then the moment that Jesus is into the picture, like that was the new representation.
That is a point I keep forgetting. This is me being transparent. I keep forgetting that part of this all happened before Jesus, and I feel like someone's listening like, what? Like, because that's the great point of, I mean, he had to show himself in those grand gestures. I mean, that's an understatement for it. But when Jesus showed up, it is almost like, listen, I was here.
Exactly.
So whatever happens now, y'all, like, I'm here, and you guys know I'm here. I don't need to show all this craziness like I did before. That's a good point.
No, but he still did the
he
crazy
still did.
stuff.
Yeah, he still did do crazy
stuff. He freaking
like
resurrected a dead person, like
Lazarus. The Lazarus thing. Yeah,
Lazarus, and then he multiplied the bread and the.
That was after Jesus. That was after Jesus, timeline wise.
No, this is during his life.
Oh,
Jesus did this.
Okay. Oh, true. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
I need to figure out.
Yeah. He did so many miracles. Turned water to wine. He made he cured leprosy. Made a man walk.
Is there notable things in the Bible after he went back up?
So that's the thing, because like his mission on Earth, he was sent to Earth by God because he was meant to die the death that we are to die because of our sins, right? And like I know this is like the whole premise of like Christianity and like the religion, I guess, itself, but like all facts and I guess jokes aside, like that was literally why he was put on this earth, right? So then after that, he already paid the price. He already died the death that was needed to like pay for the consequences of our sins, right? And because of that not only how do I word this? Hold on. Jesus lived the life that he was meant to live in the time that he was on this earth, right? And there was literally no other purpose for him to be there other than to do that at the time, okay? And after that, he's literally done he did everything. He literally did the most incredible thing that he could do for us.
Sure. Yeah.
And what more do we need? You know what I mean?
Like yeah. Like he's like
it's like you're asking your mom, like
we have the Trinity. We have the Trinity here. We have the
gives
Trinity
you
here.
$1 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's
you
the way we
asking
should be
for
looking
more?
at it.
Are you asking for more? Like no.
Like yeah. I just showed you and gave you everything
exactly
that you needed, and and goes back to the whole thing of that happened, but yet we're so concerned about so many other things when we should just be going back to like God was here.
Exactly.
Like we're good. He's here right now. Like he was here and he's here right now. He's like always with us. So it's like, what am I stressed about? So Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
And then ever since
It's the
since
greatest
Jesus
gift.
left.
It's the
Yeah,
greatest gift.
exactly. And ever
Yeah.
since Jesus left, like obviously the world is gonna be like, while he was around, the world was crazy.
Yeah.
After he left, it just got crazier,
Mm-hmm.
and it evolved in different ways. Like our brains evolved, the way that we like behave evolved, like the world, everything evolved, and it changed.
Now I'm curious. This might be a two-part question with two answers, or maybe just one and overall. But of course, going to miracles do happen these days more intimately with us. Like when I was talking about like splitting the sea stuff, like no, like stuff to that level has happened in your life. What's an example to you that's happened where it kind of left you shook? Like, whoa, God, that was a powerful thing. Like, is there any mini testimony you can share where you're like, whoa, that was kind of crazy. What just happened? That pops in your head.
Yeah, there's a few. I guess I'll share the very first one.
Okay. Ooh, the first
first
one.
one,
Really? Okay.
I was 16 years old, and long story short, an incident happened at school, in high school, and it had traumatized me. And because of it, I hadn't eaten, I hadn't spoken to anyone, I hadn't drank, all I did was sleep and stay in one spot for days on end. And like at that time, like Glenn would come over, like Daniel, and my mom just like pulled everyone she could think of to like try and get me out of it, and nothing worked. I was just like so depressed. And at some point she was just like, okay, like she needs help. Like she was actually worried about me. So then she drove me to a freaking like psychiatric hospital to get like inpatient care. And then I'm able to freely talk about this because it's like all in the past, and thank God I'm not there anymore. But yeah, it was just a really scary time because I was like, I actually genuinely want to die. Like I don't want to be alive. And my mom was probably scared out of her mind. Like her daughter is like not doing anything, and she's not even speaking to me. Like, yeah, she needs to go get help. So then I get like seated, and then I get called back, and then I didn't really know how the process worked, but when I just got there, it was like an interview kind of thing. It's like, why are you here? Like, tell me about yourself, like all this stuff. And like, it looked like an asylum, like in the movie. Like it was all white, and it was in a closed space, and it was low-key scary. And I think that was like the first thing I was like, oh, I'm here. Like, I'm here. Like, I feel a little weird. Yeah. It's kind of scary, but also I also felt like I belonged there because I was like, you know, it was a weird feeling. Anyway, and then I wouldn't answer the interviewer, and then she would, so my mom would answer for me. It'd be like, oh, how old are you? Like, where do you go to school? Like, what sports do you play? How many sisters? Whatever, you know, like that stuff. And she asked about me, and like, not even like 2 minutes into the conversation, her and my mom just start like talking to each other, like having their own conversation. I'm like, what is going on right now? Like, just check me in. Like, I want to sleep in a freaking psychiatric hospital bed. Like, I want to get out of here. Okay, I'm just
Put
like,
me in the straitjacket. No, like I want to commit.
No, literally.
Give me my meds.
No, seriously. Yeah. And then, I guess it was so weird. I literally felt like something in the room shift because out of nowhere, the interviewer, she just paused and she's like, do you guys know who Jesus is? Like, I swear, we didn't even talk about church. We didn't talk about nothing at this point. And I'm like, I look up, and that's when, like, she has my attention, like, actually. And then my mom's, like, in shock. She is fully for these moments. And then I'm like, okay, she's just, like, you know, a crazy Christian. Like, you know, like my mother and whatever. And then, and then I was like, I nodded, and then she's like, you, oh my gosh, I'm telling this story really terribly.
It's okay. Every time, I mean, you're telling it well.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say you've told me this one before, but I love that you're sharing it right now. Yeah.
Okay. You can edit this, however.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. So every time, like, my mom would tell her.
Oh, sorry. I need to fix these.
Every time my mom would tell her information about me, like my name, first my name, she'd be like, my name is Angela too. Like, why would you lie about that, bro? Like, seriously, this is a healthcare professional we're talking about. And I was like, okay, you weirdo. Like,
You thought she was lying?
no. I didn't think she was lying. I was just like, okay, what, like,
Weirdo, we have the same name.
okay, like, I really don't care. Like, I'm sure a million other people have it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, when's your date of birth? And I give her my date of birth, and she's like, my birthday is a day before yours. And I was like, okay. And my mom's freaking out. She's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And I'm like, oh, please. Like, I'm rolling my eyes. And then she goes into volleyball and stuff. And then that's when she starts talking to my mom, and they have their own conversation. And then my mom's like, oh, yeah, I have 3 daughters. They all play volleyball. And she's like, I also have 3 daughters who play, like, sports. They're way older, but they all play volleyball or whatever. And then they were talking, whatever. And then my mom was, like, sharing about her, like her marriage and stuff, and like the divorce process. And then the woman was also like I also like went through that. And then they were just bonding over whatever similarities was happening. And I was just like, let's just get this rolling, right? And then that's when she was like, do you guys know who Jesus is? And then I was like, I nodded, because at this point I'm like, I feel comfortable around this woman, but I'm still not talking. And then my mom was like, completely in shock. She's just like in disbelief, because in that moment she knew that the interviewer was a believer. And she was like, can I just tell you something, sweetheart? And I was like, okay. And then it was so unreal. I can't tell you what specifically she said, but it was along the lines of like, you are loved, like you are a child of God, you are precious, you are beautifully and wonderfully. She was just like pouring out all of these like biblical truths like over my life. And like I was obviously moved at this point a little bit. A little bit of tears are like, but I didn't want to allow myself to fully feel that. And then she was like, sweetheart, you don't belong here. And immediately when she said that, I like bawled my eyes out. And my mom at this point is like on the floor, like she's like crying. And this woman, like, it sounds so corny, but she starts singing.
Yeah,
I'm so serious. Yeah. She starts singing.
This is the spooky part to me, like in a good way. In a good way.
She starts singing.
Yeah, I remember.
She's singing. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. That entire song, for at least a minute. And this woman has a great voice too. And I'm like, oh my gosh. My mind immediately flashes back to on the way to the hospital in the car when my mom was driving me. On the radio is that song playing.
Yeah.
That was the first song
crazy.
that played when we got into the car on the way to the hospital. And now she's singing this. I'm like, what are the odds?
What are the odds? Yeah.
What are the odds?
That's definitely one of those miracle moments, I think.
It was,
for sure.
And like, God knows how much music means to me. And like, even though it was so weird how she just started breaking out and singing, and my mom was singing along with her, it was a really strange moment. But overall, like, it reached me, and it literally worked, because it snapped me out of it. And I went to school the next, like the following weekend. Like,
you were fine.
And I was fine.
Do you still keep in touch with that lady? Just curious.
No. I've tried to, and
you just can't find her.
No, I don't think
she was an angel.
I don't think it's safe either. No, actually,
she was an angel.
I'm not even.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah, I think those are definitely moments that I think it's one of those things where it almost feels like those when people are like, why doesn't he do these grand miracles anymore? I think it just kind of got dispersed into our lives now, where it's that feeling, like I was just saying, there's a feeling there when you just kind of know. And I feel like for the longest time, when I first started going to church and hanging out with you guys when Gilbert brought me, I felt it, but I was fighting it because I didn't know what it was. And I was also kind of scared. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's very overwhelming.
Like, there was a feeling of, I want to know God, but I'm kind of scared. Like, what is this?
Like, why is it so...
There was plenty of retreats.
Why is there such a presence?
Yeah, there was plenty of retreats and plenty of, like, maybe worship nights or even services at church. I was high-key feeling the presence, but I was like, nah. Like, I'm good. And people were like, oh, like, hey, like, just take your time, blah blah blah. But I'm like, it was all freaky to me.
Yeah, no, I remember. You
Can I admit something on the podcast? I'm gonna admit something on the
I
podcast.
remember.
All right, I'm gonna admit something here on the
You
podcast.
and-
And Cisco
you
won't.
and
Cisco mind that.
Yeah. You and Cisco were like, yo, these
There was
guys are
at that everyone listening. I'm gonna keep it so real right now. I
Yeah.
told JC this at that Buongiorno retreat.
I remember this.
I'll be honest. And
I didn't judge you at all. I
To
was
this
just like,
day,
you
to
know
this
what?
day, that
They're
is
so
the
real.
most spiritual I seen all y'all.
Yeah.
The room, like, people were crying. I'm not making fun of people.
No.
But people were like, and then Pastor Carlos is going around being like, Jesus, and me and Cisco are on the couch like,
freaking out. Yeah.
what is going on? And then
Yeah.
I remember me and Cisco, and this was great, but at the moment I was freaked out. Me and Cisco were sitting on the couch, and then Gilbert and Lara come over, and they're like praying for us.
Yeah.
Please, like, Lord, let them open their hearts to you. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was scared. And I remember everyone saw me and Cisco walk out into the balcony. I don't know if you remember this. And Pastor Carlos took a photo.
Yes.
I'm going to say it, and everyone's going to laugh.
Wait.
Guys,
Yo.
we went out there
Yeah.
because we were shook.
Yeah, you guys were like
wasn't a
tweaking.
spiritual-
Y'all were tweaking. You were like, we
It wasn't
need to leave.
like everyone saw that.
All of these
every-
guys are crazy.
I remember everyone's looking through the window like,
I
wow,
remember.
Cisco and Ethan are having a spiritual moment. No.
No.
I told him, what's the exit plan? Who do we
Yo,
call?
that was so funny.
Who do we call
no,
to get out of here?
Like every time I like looked over to see your faces, because I was
Oh, bro.
everyone was on the same page. We were all like, yeah, like this is we're so we just want people to like join the kingdom. That's literally our mission on here.
yeah.
And like we're always keeping an eye out. But I'm like,
That was the
and then I see your faces, and you guys are like snickering,
That-
like
that
and
day.
like creeped out, or you're like,
yeah.
or like,
it can
you
get
know,
overwhelming.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
a time where it was a tipping point for me. I'm like, these guys are whoa, like
Yeah.
slow, hit on the brakes a little bit because there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of emotions, and I've like people were on their knees,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow,
Yeah.
wow, this is intense. All that to say, God can work in crazy ways.
No,
in,
but,
in
like-
ways that I think to be strong in faith, we have to be uncomfortable a little bit. Like you have to be
Yeah.
uncomfortable. It's not going to be
Yeah.
a comfortable ride.
no,
like if that makes sense.
The thing with you is like I've said this a few times, but I guess like this is a public like announcement. Then
Mm-hmm.
you are the one person like on my mind who I had been like not physically praying for, but like secretly in my mind praying for
Mhm.
to like receive like the gift of Jesus, and like knowing that you are like God's child, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it wasn't because like of my like mission of the Great Commission or whatever, but it was genuinely because I was like, if Ethan believes and he chooses to, we know that it's fully out of his like own choice and will.
Mhm.
And like the way that you were describing the whole situation, like it just goes to show that you like
I
you
saw some
tried.
weird stuff.
You
and
were
I-
you were
yeah.
so transparent, and you saw it honestly and fully, and you literally did fight it, and that was out of your choice,
Mm-hmm.
and you still like felt the presence, and you still chose to like fight it, and then eventually when you like allowed yourself to open the door and creak it open a little, then you started like seeing blessings, right? And there was like a lot of good
Yes.
things like
And
happening and
by no
flowing, and-
means is it a perfect life.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure you can attest to that. All of us can. By no means is it a
better.
perfect life, but there's like this clarity. But I can't. It's one of those. I think when I decided, to have a
Yeah.
relationship with him, it was just that it was a weight off my shoulders, and it was undeniable because I saw so many things happen in my life leading up to that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It was like God being like, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. Whenever you want, kid,
Yeah.
but look. And I mean, it's going to be corny, but Gilbert was the start of it, whatever.
No, yeah. I
Yeah, no.
Gilbert's the man
him,
for real.
for him
He's
to.
really good at that.
Yeah. And he's like so low key.
He's so welcoming. Like,
Yeah,
he
he's just like,
literally
what-
invites
yeah.
all of his friends.
Yeah, he's okay, whatever. He won't
Okay.
watch this. But but yeah, it's one of those, like, for me it was just the experience of how am I supposed to deny this?
Mm-hmm.
So much love has been given to me. How am I not going? Like at this point, I'm just a jerk for turning my back on God after all the stuff that He's given me in my life. And I would just hope that people could recognize the blessings that happen in their life,
Mm-hmm.
like that's something bigger than all of us. Like, I hope
Yeah.
they recognize that. But again, everyone's journey is different. You'll recognize things differently. But yeah, it's nice to have, because again, kind of touching on what we wanted to focus is like having the doubt and anxiety. It's nice knowing that he's there.
What I've recently realized, even though my therapist has told me this a million times, but it had just recently clicked in my brain, is that anxiety is just like doubt and worry festered and built up, and it's the monster of doubt.
Mhm.
Pretty much is what anxiety is,
Our brains are tricking themselves.
Right?
We're
Yeah.
tricking ourselves.
and doubt.
Yeah.
Right? Doubt is like the simplest form
Mhm.
of disagreement, pretty much. Okay,
Mhm.
and or fear, and if we feed into that, it becomes worry, and then eventually if we keep feeding into that and spiraling, that's when like anxiety is born, and it can
Yeah.
take full control over us. And that is going back to like how I stop myself, is I used to like not realize that I was anxious until I was like during a panic attack. Like I'm having a panic attack, I'm like, oh, I am anxious right now. Like it took me the most extreme severity of anxiety for me to realize that I was having anxiety.
Mhm.
So now that I have grown a lot and just learned a lot in therapy and like in general about the mental health like world, right?
Mhm.
You have to like stop it when it starts. You have to catch it right away.
Mhm.
And so like if you have a doubt,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, seriously, if you're doubtful about anything, if you are questioning like, oh, is this like, am I gonna be okay? Like you have to like grab it in that moment and like stop it before it gets worse. Like actually,
That's it. Yeah.
seriously.
That's a great way to
Mm-hmm.
put it. Because, yeah, if you keep ignoring it, then it's gonna catch you at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm. Not even ignoring it, but like if you don't acknowledge that it's there,
Yeah.
it just continues. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's hard. I mean, I'll share my most recent experience with it, and I kind of told it with you a little bit. For some reason, I think I just had, again, it's just your brain tricking you. I just had a lot on my mind, and I think I had a sleepless night maybe, like 3-4 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And I woke up one morning kind of really tired because, when you wake up and you didn't get much sleep, and I'm an overthinker. So I think I had a few things on my mind, plus on top of that, I didn't have much sleep. I was telling myself while I was on 95, the highway, I was like, oh God, like something bad's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
My brain was just telling me that. I don't know why. I'm an overthinker and I get anxiety. So I was driving and my brain was just like, hey, that stretch, if you pass this exit, the next stretch is like, and this is how my brain functions. If you pass this exit, the next stretch is about 2 miles. If you have a panic attack in those 2 miles, there's nowhere to pull over, buddy. And that's as simple. That's what a seed got put in my brain as I was on the road. I didn't stop it, and my brain was just like, and my heart started pounding. I started like, it feel like claustrophobic too. I don't know, like there's something like I feel trapped. So I like took this weird route to find the closest exit possible, and I had to do like a breathing exercise because I ended up at this light, and I was like kind of late to work about it because my brain told me you're scared about this road for no reason because this could happen, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. And I gave myself every possible scenario except of the one that you're okay. You're driving, buddy. You're driving to work.
Yeah.
No one's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
You're in the car safe. Just drive on that road. But for some reason, my brain said, no. And that led to, transparently, about a week of me taking back roads to work because I was so shook about the highway.
I remember
And it's
telling you
just
this.
corny things like
Yeah.
that. I'm like, what happened? Because today, the past week, I've been fine. I'm driving the highway perfectly fine. Is there a slight, I admit, is there a slight, like, still kind of like when I'm on the road, I'm like, oh crap. Sure, but it's not like,
That's healthy anxiety.
yeah, I think, there we go. Healthy anxiety. Like, because people are just crazy on the road.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the normal anxiety.
Yeah.
But that day, it was just, I mean, you felt anxiety. It's just that, it's that weird, like your heart
Yeah.
pounding and you feel like you're going to die. I just feel like I'm going to die. I
Yeah.
don't know what
Oh,
it is.
yeah,
Like, you feel like you're
That's
going to die.
literally what it is.
And I'm like, why do I feel like I'm
Yeah.
okay? And full circle, I needed to tell myself in that moment, like, God has my back. Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay. Like, but it's either the enemy or your brain just being like, no, like
yeah.
you're gonna crash.
No, exactly.
Or you're gonna it sucks. I'm scared that I'm gonna have a panic attack. So I'm having a panic attack about having the thought of having a panic attack. So it was like this endless loop. I told you this at work. I was
Yo,
like,
I
this
get
is-
those too.
I was like, this is the dumbest anxiety.
Yeah.
Because I'm having anxiety
It's actually so stupid.
about
Like,
having
it's
anxiety
so stupid.
on this road. But how do I stop having anxiety over
Yeah.
something I'm just thinking about?
I
It's so
know.
dumb. Yeah,
It's so dumb.
It's just,
But it happens to us.
and I don't know why. And Franz is listening.
No,
son.
no. I was like,
Franz,
nah, me.
Franz
I'm
is listening.
good.
Like, what is anxiety?
But
That's
no,
fake.
this is
That's
exactly
fake.
him. Ready? I don't have that.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. He's listening. Like,
No, I'm
what
kidding,
do you mean? What do
No,
you mean
he
you got
wouldn't do that.
scared on the highway?
No. He's fine.
He's like, no, I don't
No,
get
no, he's
anxiety.
good.
No, but no, like I just wanted to share that because
Yeah.
I feel like that's good to hear. I feel like a lot of people have stuff like
Yeah.
that they want to share. Is like there's tiny things that really stress us out
Yeah.
for no reason.
No, and that's why I reiterate, like when it starts, like you stop it at the root, bro, before it grows.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
at that point, once it's like fully grown and you're like in that,
Yeah.
it's way harder to stop it and get out of it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you tell
That's
yourself,
good.
okay, in this situation compared to down here,
Yeah, that's good.
like who's gonna listen?
mm-hmm.
You're gonna listen down here, and you're going to like be able to recenter yourself and like
Mm-hmm.
drive straight without any fear.
Yeah. This has been a great episode.
Hey,
Thank you
we
again
love-
for
we love
this might be her
drama.
last time coming on. Who knows? I think and we'll see where the show goes.
You
This,
know
this
what?
might be this is your last time. Anything you want to say?
Aw,
This might be.
that's I doubt
It's kind of
that.
depressing.
No, I doubt that.
I mean, if there's a new
Literally
if
every
there's a
few
new
months,
show
Even's like,
coming.
hey, can you come back on? I need guests.
Mm.
and you're just really good with this.
If not your last one, this is definitely your second to last one. I'll put it that way because the show could be evolving.
Mm.
No last words. Okay.
No, I just know I'm coming.
Oh wait,
back.
wait, wait. Okay,
I'm coming
before we go,
back,
we're
bro.
gonna wrap things up.
Mm.
You have a worship night coming up.
Yes. we
Let's
do
talk.
worship night.
Let's promote that because I like to throw some promo
Promo.
accessibility
Okay.
here.
So
Let's talk about the promo night. The worship night here on the podcast. Real quick.
I'm super excited about this because we the church that we go to, Good Shepherd, is hosting a worship night, and we haven't done like a full congregation welcome to the entire public one in maybe over 2 years.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about this. It's gonna be on March 28th. That's a Friday at 7:30 p.m. at Good Shepherd Baptist Church in Barre, Delaware. And we are going to be partnering with the Anchor Worship Collective, which I am a part of, and a bunch of my good friends who are also in the collective, who are the most gifted, humble, amazing, insert every great adjective here, musicians and people that I know will be doing live music for this worship night, and it'll be a night of prayer, of worship, of community, fellowship. We're going to be doing some activities. There's just going to be a lot of intimate bonding going on with.
Share the Bible
Yeah.
verse along with
Oh
it.
yeah,
it's
called
really good.
it's called Overall. That's the theme,
Mhm.
and basically it centers around Matthew 28:18, which is saying that all authority has been bestowed upon Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the message of the worship night, because we can find security and peace in knowing that everything is in God's control, and because He is for us. Because He is for us, and He is a good Father, everything that is happening in our lives is, I'm messing up here.
No, it's good. No, we're keeping this is good and this is raw. I mean, no, again, it's again overall again he's for us, and I just want to clarify because again, I would encourage people who've never been to worship night. It'll be fun to come along. It's a night.
Yeah.
There's singing involved. We're just kind of all in the audience while there's a worship team singing. And I'm just curious, the activities. What are the activities you have planned?
You're
Are you
gonna
allowed
have
to share?
to come to find
Okay,
out.
but it's fun stuff.
It's going to be a memorable. Yes, it's going
It's
to be an
fun stuff.
unforgettable night.
And
Genuinely.
yeah, I really encourage, because I know a lot of people who do follow me. This can sound intimidating, and I want you to know it's just a night of worship with
Literally,
the Lord.
come as you are.
Come
as you
that's
are.
that's what it
We
is.
don't ask for anything.
There's no expect. You don't gotta sing. Like just come and have an open heart.
You don't even have to believe. Just come.
Come, have an open heart. I think it's personally fun. It's a fun time. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
went to
fun.
those even
Yeah.
before having a relationship. I'm like these are fun.
Yeah.
Like they're cool. So
Yeah.
definitely come. Check
It's
it
gonna
out.
be open to a bunch of other states too. Some people from Pennsylvania,
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Jersey are coming.
Food. There's food, right? You
Yes.
said there's food. What kind of food?
Oh, no, we don't.
There's no food.
I don't know if there's food yet. I haven't.
You're gonna be starving. So
Don't say that. Stop.
So
Don't,
eat
you
before
better cut
coming.
this out, bro. You better go.
Eat before coming.
It's at 7:30 intentionally. We're hoping that you eat dinner, but I'm hoping there will be refreshment. It's still work in progress. We're
That's
getting
okay.
Details.
That's
But
okay.
you better cut all this out, bro. I'll eat in the series. But please go. We'd love to have you.
March 28th, 7:30 p.m.
Yes.
That'll be super exciting. Well, hey, that's been a blast, everybody. Remember, if you want to listen to this podcast, listen to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. The video will be on YouTube. All of the reels will be posted on Ethan Hahn Productions on Instagram and Ethan Hahn on TikTok. Go ahead and check it out there. Again, like she just said, let's help me go viral on TikTok, and she will get free sushi. Come on, everybody. Or even Instagram. I'll give you that. If I can go viral on Instagram, sure.
Bro.
What is that attitude? You know what?
You are
5
just,
days a
you're
week.
such a
4
lolo.
Actually, 4 days a week we work. I can't.
I see you 5 days a week.
And we decided to.
Actually, no, I don't. I barely see you on Sundays.
Yeah, barely.
Intentionally.
Yeah, I avoid you because I'm like, I'm gonna see her 4 more days. I see her, I'm like, oh.
I literally avoid you.
I'm like, oh gosh. I'm like, why is she still playing the piano? She needs to get off now.
You're so rude.
One Sunday.
You play the piano.
No, I can't.
You play the piano.
I can. You're talented.
Please.
But there was one
Please.
Sunday, I'm like, why is Jealous still playing? Glenn's doing announcements. I looked at Gilbert, I'm like, she should stop. Right? Like, cut her. Anyway, what a great episode, everyone. Subscribe, follow, show some support. And this has been a great episode. And always remember, this has been Ethan Hahn plus
Jella Bud.
Now we do some fake talking like you do on talk shows.
Taylor Swift or the Bible.
Oh, that's so funny.
It was so